welcome back to my channel. So, I'm bringing you the whole bookshelf thing. So my dad is making the shelf. Hey, he threw a rubber band at me! See how mean my family is? You see how mean my mom is. You see how mean my sister is. And now you're gonna see how mean my dad is. I wouldn't be surprised if he hits me with one of the shelves. But he's making the bookshelf because, you know, that's the only reason why we brought him here, because he's like the builder, I guess. Because I don't know what I'm doing. Isn't that right, Dad?
Yeah.
Apparently, on the instructions, there's like 3 different ways you can do it. So I told him which way I wanted it done. So yeah. I hope this shelf comes out alright, because I can't just keep piling my books up here. Let's see. My books are just being piled up there. I have some on the other shelf, but that shelf is kind of small, and these shelves are so short that you can't really stand most of them up. Only the really short ones. Most of them have to be set like this, because which you've seen my bookshelf, so you would know. I still have not figured out how I want to organize my bookshelf, because I didn't think this shelf was going to come until January 8th, but it came early. So I thought I had more time to figure out how I want to organize my shelf. So I still have no idea how I want to do it. So that's fun. I don't know. I was thinking about doing something different than doing it by author, but I might just do that again, because it's not like I can do it by genre, since I mostly read fantasy except for Aaron Hunter's books. And since there's going to be like 2 sides, I'm going to have one entire side be just for Aaron Hunter's books, because I bought a whole crap load of Warrior books, and there's a lot of Warrior books. Plus Seekers. Plus I'm going to end up buying Survivors and Braveland soon-ish. A few months-ish. So that's a lot of series that are pretty long. So yeah, one entire side is going to be just for Aaron Hunter's books. But then all my other books are fantasy, so it's not like I can do it by genre. I don't want to do it by title, because I want all these series to stay together, and sometimes series have different titles, and so I don't want like the first series to be here, second here, like no. So I don't know how I want to do this yet. The only ways I can think of are genre, author, and title. What other ways are there to do a shelf? Because I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea. But I'll think about it. I'll be working on my book, maybe reading a little bit while my dad works on the shelf, because I'm probably going to be no help at all. Isn't that right, Dad?
Why'd you be so low?
Oh, okay. He's going to put me to work. So yeah, just came in to tell you kind of what's going on, and I'll be giving you updates throughout the progress. It shouldn't take that long. It's not like a huge shelf. I'm definitely going to be getting more, because I'm getting more books, and I hope that all my books can fit on the shelf, but I do have quite a lot, so who knows. But yeah, I hope I'm definitely going to be getting more shelves soon, when I get a little bit more money, and because I'm going to need the shelves before I get any more books. Except for I'm going to finish getting the Warriors novelist. Then I'm going to get more shelves and stop buying books for a short period of time, if I can. I might fail, but we'll see. So, yeah, and I will see you guys for the next update. Hey, I'm back. The bookshelf is coming out pretty nicely.
Leave shit alone.
It's different than I anticipated, but I'm sure it'll work. And I'm so glad to finally have a bookshelf. The light is burning. Be quiet!
No!
I'll find over another rubber band.
Throw all rubber bands away. But shelf's coming out pretty nicely so far. I think he's almost done. 1, 2, about. Actually, it's more halfway done, but still. The lights is bothering me. Okay.
When you video it? You on a video?
But yeah, I'm so excited about this shelf and finally have some place to put my books.
Yeah, you have a million books.
I don't have a million books, I have a lot.
You making a video?
Yes,
You
go.
said about me too. Have a lot.
Ignore him.
Oh, I thought you were gonna do
go
a
away.
video.
But I think the shelf's coming out nicely.
Oh, what's this?
So excited to finally have a shelf, a real good shelf that can be used to hold my books. Yeah. Because I can't keep my books here forever. They're stacking up, and I'm gonna get more, so I need a shelf. So the shelf's coming out nicely, and I'm really happy about that. Can't wait to finally put my books on my shelf. I've been reading while my dad's been working on this, so yeah, because I'm doing the Friends Readathon starting tomorrow, and I'm behind because the first book in my Friends Readathon is the third book in this series, but I'm still on the first book because I do like this series enough to reread it, but it's not one of my favorites, and especially when I get to the second book, because the second book is my least favorite from the series, and it annoys me sometimes because the character it follows is Rexy, who I do not like, so so yeah. So it might take me, so I'm gonna have to force myself to finish the second book because I don't hate it or anything. There's scenes I like, and I do want to tab it, so that's what I'm doing right now. But but I don't like Rexy, and I hate that the second book is following her point of view, and it makes it a lot harder to get through it because how do you get through reading a book that follows a character you cannot stand? I mean, when I first read the first book, I did not like Dorothea or Katja either, but they grew on me within the first half of the first book, at the least. They grew on me. They both grew and became better. And don't get me wrong, Rexy became a little bit better too, because at first I just plain out hated her. Now I just dislike her, but I still don't like her. So, crap. My bracelet. This is what happens when I play with it. Okay, crap. But yeah, so, and I'm supposed to be starting the third book tomorrow. I still have to finish the book I'm writing, so it's be ready for tomorrow, and there's no way I can get both done. I can either finish my reading or finish my writing. I can only finish one, but I mean, I have the Friends Readathon. I mean, I'll be okay if I finish my writing in a couple of days, you know, because it'll still be close to being published on the 1st. As long as it's published before I get back to work on the 4th, then I'll be good. So maybe I'll just focus on reading, because I really want to start the Friends Readathon on the 1st, and I mean, I'm doing 6 prompts, one for each friend, one for Rachel, Ross, Monica, Phoebe, Chandler, Joey, one for all of them. But I was able, so that's 6 prompts to 6 books. But I was able to find one book that fits 3 of the prompts. I'm gonna put this bracelet away before it ends up falling apart because it is. Okay, I'm going to move this angle because the light is bothering me. Okay, so anyways, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, I have but I was able to find one book, which is Hocus Pocus and the All New Sequel, to fit 3 of the prompts. So I'm doing 6 prompts, but only reading 4 books. And I already, I know the first book I'm reading and the last book I'm reading. The other 2, I don't know which one I'm reading first or not. We shall see. But yeah, but I still haven't finished the second book in the series, and I need to get to the 3rd book. So that's fun. So I might honestly just have tomorrow me just kind of, I can finish this one and probably finish the book I'm writing today. I mean, I'm already over halfway done with this book. I think I only have a little over 100 pages left to go, which isn't bad. and I can finish this book because I only have a few chapters left of this book to write. Yeah, but at least one of those chapters are going to be pretty long. Most of my chapters are short, but I think 1 or 2 chapters towards the end are going to be kind of long because there's like this big battle that's happening. It's not the final battle. The final battle will be in the final book, but this battle will be kind of big. So yeah. And I already have ideas that I want to do for writing this book, for how I want it to end, sort of. I haven't got everything figured out yet. That'll just come in the heat of the moment. But I already have a few things I know I want to do. So that's fun. And then I have to finish this book that I'm reading. And then tomorrow I might just spend the most of the day just writing the book. Or writing what? What am I talking about? Reading the second book. And then by the second, I can actually start the third book for the Friends Readathon. So yeah, that'll be fun. And because if I force myself, I'm sure I can. Because the second book, it's not like I hate the second book or anything. It can get on my nerves, especially when Rexy leaves Dorothea and Cato for a while. And since it's following her point of view, I don't get to see Dorothea and Cato for a good portion of that book. So I don't get to see their relationship or their characters. Because seriously, they're the only reason why I like the second book, because it follows Rexy, and I don't like Rexy, and she can be very annoying. So how do you read a book in a point of view of a character you do not like? It's not fun. So yeah, so that's gonna be fun, trying to get myself to reread that. I only read the series one at a time, and so yeah, third book, I'm pretty sure the first one is my favorite, because even though I did like Dorothea and Cato at the beginning, they did grow on me. Third book this would be second, because it like changes point of views. It goes from Dorothea's point of view to Rexy's. I'm really upset that there's no book for Cato's point of view, but we're gonna ignore that for now. So yeah, so we'll do that. So I have to finish the second book so that the majority of January I can work on finishing these 4 books, which is fine. I mean, Hocus Pocus is an all-new sequel. It's over 500 pages, and it's a pretty chunky, but still shouldn't take me that long. And that's the first one. No, that's the second book I think I'm going to do. And then I'm going to do the first book of the Effigies trilogy, because that's part of the book club I'm doing with my mom. She was going to choose that next for our book club, but we might get to another book, which means I might actually have to change that book, and we're not going to read it this month. Crap. I'm going to have to change that. So I'll look at the prompts to see if there's another book I want to read for that instead. So yeah, and then on my next update with the shelf, I'll let you know if my Friends Readathon gets changed at all. Because now that I'm thinking, since she's talking about doing a different book for January instead, because it's her turn to pick, and I chose this one because that was going to be the book she was going to choose, but I might have to change that now. Oh crap. Okay, well, I'll get back at you. I'll update you again when the shelf's done, let you see how it is, update you on the Friends Readathon a little bit too, and my reading progress with this, and maybe my writing progress as well, and then I will figure out how I want to do these shelves by then too. Okay, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, I'm back. So the bookshelf is complete. Perfect. I did change the Friends Readathon a little bit, which I want to mention first before I get more into the bookshelf, which is I changed the one for Rachel's prompt. I had to read a book with a shoe on the cover. I had the third book in the Store Makers trilogy. I changed it to the second book in the Store Makers trilogy, making it part of my Friends Readathon, so I don't have to hurry and rush through it. And then I changed the Effigies, the first book in the Effigies trilogy, to the third book, because they both have a compelling tagline or review, so I went with that. So yeah, so now they're both part of the Friends Readathon, and I don't have to rush through the second one because that would be a nightmare. So since that's all cleared up, my Friends Readathon is all set for tomorrow. Yay! I still have to finish the first book, but I don't see that as a problem. So the bookshelf is complete. Yay! It looks beautiful. I'm so excited to have a bookshelf still. Have not figured out how I want to organize my books. I might just do author for now and change it later, because I don't know any other way to organize my book. I know there's author, title, which I explained why I don't want to do title, and then genre, which I can't really do genre. So I know that I'm gonna have
I would do it by books.
5 books,
By series.
series.
Put one series here, one series there.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to, what's one book, one series over here, one over here.
Yeah, that's why I always did it by author and had the series together.
One author does 2 different books. Well, I guess you could have them next to it.
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing it like my favorite to my least favorite.
Yeah.
I thought about doing that before.
Yeah.
I might do it this time. Give it at least give it a chance. If I don't like it, I can always change it later.
I got a couple extra one of these. 2 of those down there. I guess if you want to do it differently.
Awesome. So now let's move it to the library area and figure out how I want to do the books. I know I want to do it from my favorite to my least, but
I don't think you're going to get all those books on here.
these aren't even all of them.
You never know.
I'll see. Who knows?
Stack them on top.
This is just temporary shelf until I can get better bookshelves.
Go to Walmart probably.
Yeah.
And get you a regular bookshelf.
Yeah. I'll definitely need that. Right now I just needed somewhere for my books because look where they are right now.
Because, well, that one, my TV stand, that's actually a bookshelf.
Oh really?
Yeah. It was like $30. I just turned it on the side and put it back on.
Oh.
Because it's supposed to stay straight up there.
Oh.
But I laid it on the side. So I put I need something to put my TV on.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I could find big enough. So,
Leaving?
yeah.
Great, now I have to put all my books on my shelf. I'm not looking forward to it.
I did the hard work.
Maybe I'll get my mom to help me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do my favorite series. The only problem is I know like some of my favorite series. Obviously, the ones I talk about the most are Seekers, no doubt. Like that's gonna be the first one on my shelf. Like if you think there's gonna be something before that, then you obviously don't know me. I talk about Seekers more than anything. I swear, I'm not even joking. Okay. Warriors will obviously be second. I'll have to leave some room for Warriors though, because I still have to get the rest of the novellas. But I don't have to leave that much room. The novels are short, so. And then I always talk about, plus there's books that I haven't read yet. There's not that many I own that I haven't read. I have a lot on my TBR shelf, but my TBR list, but none of them I own yet, except for the first book in the Ember and the Ashes series, and the first book in the Ash Princess trilogy. Those I do own, that I haven't read yet, and I think that's all. Oh, and there's the Charm books, and there's a lot of Charm books actually. The Charm books I may just sit on top, because there's a lot of Charm books. There's like 41, I think, and I only own like, I want to say about 5, 6 of them. I don't even own the first 5, 6 of them. Like seriously, like the first one, I own the 9th, and then I own like the 20th and the 25th and something like that, some crap like that. So yeah, fun. So before I do my shelf, I'm going to tell you which books I'm doing for my readathon again, just so it's fresh in your mind for January, which starts tomorrow. So for Rachel, it's like all of my life, everyone tells you your shoe, your shoe, your shoe, your shoe. Read a book with a shoe on the cover. So I was going to do Banished, because it has a shoe on the cover, but each book from this series has a shoe on the cover. So I'm going to do Wanted, because it also has a shoe on the cover. And this way, it's part of my readathon, and I don't have to try to force myself to finish it, because that's not going to happen. This is going to be the hardest book to get through. I do not like this book. I keep making it sound like I can't stand this book. That's not the case. I just get annoyed with it easily. At least I did when I first read it. I only read it once. Maybe my feelings on it will change when I actually start it. I don't know. We shall see. But I don't think so, because I still rereading the first book. I still have issues with Rexy. I don't hate her like I once did. I still get annoyed by her and dislike her at times, but I don't hate her. So it shouldn't take me too long to get through this book. So yeah. And then for Monica, I'm Breezy. Read whatever book you want. I chose Secrets of the Immortal Nixon Mel, the first book in the series. There's 6 books. This will be the last book I read because it's the first of a series, so I want to read the rest of the series right afterwards. So yeah, this is next. This is the last book I'll be reading. This is the first book I'll be reading. And then for Phoebe, oh sweet lord, this must be what evil tastes like. Read a book that has a compelling villain. I went with Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel because, let's face it, the Sanderson sisters are compelling villains. Chandler, I tend to keep talking until somebody stops me. Read a book over 500 pages. I chose Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel because it has over 500 pages and it's perfect for this. So yay. Joey, how you doing? Read a book with a compelling tagline review. I used to have the first book of the Effigy series, but I don't think I'm going to get to it until February. So I'm doing this book, which is the 3rd book in the. Sorry about that light. It's glaring. I have this window right there, and whenever I open, it just starts shining a bright light. But Banished, 3rd book in the Stormmakers trilogy. It says there's no place like home and no way. There's no place like home and no way in spell to get back. Which is compelling, at least to me. Actually, all 3 books has a compelling tagline, like up here. So yeah. But I went with the 3rd book because the 2nd book goes with something else. And then we clean that up since your siblings decided to make a mess in my apartment. And then, see, Ross is, when I actually die, some people are going to get seriously haunted. Read a book with ghosts. So I went with Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel because this one actually does have ghosts. It has, and the second half with the actual sequel part, because the first half is just like the movie. The second half is 25 years later with Max and Allison's daughter Poppy. It has ghosts. It has Binks as a ghost throughout, and so his little sister Emily, and then it has the 4th Sanderson sister that's actually nice that no one knew about, Elizabeth Sanderson. She came back as a ghost to try and help them too. So yeah, there are ghosts in this book. So yay. And there's also live challenges. I'm probably not going to recreate a meal from the show, but I'm going to watch 1 episode of Friends. I'm probably going to watch more than one. I may not watch like the entire show. Like I know Tyra in the books says she's probably going to watch the entire show, and I might if I decide to. Probably not, 'cause I don't know. I used to be big on TV. I've always been more into reader, but lately it's like I haven't been watching as much TV as I usually do. I mean, I am more of a reader than a TV watcher. I always have been, but I always did love TV, and there's still TV shows and movies that I absolutely love. So many fandoms I'm a part of, not just in book fandoms, but in movie and TV show fandoms. But lately, I just haven't been watching that much TV. I have been last few days because I got into this new show, and I'm on season 2, and there's 4, but the 4th season's not on Netflix. So yeah, so I haven't watched that a lot, but I'm still watching a lot of BookTube. Because I was watching that show, there's a couple of days that I wasn't watching BookTube, so I'm kind of trying to catch up with all the videos I missed from not watching BookTube for a couple of days. So yeah, that's the Friends Readathon, and it's all ready. So first book I'm going to read will be Wanted, then Banished, then I'm going to read Hocus Pocus and the Yondu sequel, and then I'm going to read The Alchemist, the first book, and The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel. So yay! Those are the books I'm going to read for the readathon, and that's the order I'm going to read them in. So yay! Now that that's all settled, now I'm going to update you, and again in a minute I have to move the shelf, move all my books to where my shelf's going to be, and I'm going to see if my mom is willing to help me. So we shall see. So this is going to be fun.
Family don't end with blood.
I keep getting notifications on Twitter. Okay. I'll talk to you guys here in a few once I do that, and then I will come back at you with. This is a perfect way to end 2022, a bookshelf tour, because I haven't done one yet, because I haven't had a bookshelf yet since I started this. Not really. Actually, I think I did one bookshelf tour in my old bookshelf, but building a new bookshelf, getting it all settled, and a place to, at least a temporary place for my books. I'm definitely going to get a better bookshelf, because here's my bookshelf. That is not how I envisioned it. I guess this is what happens when I order a bookshelf instead of buying one in the store. But yeah, that's how it turned out. But I honestly don't care right now, as long as I have a temporary bookshelf until I can actually buy a real good bookshelf. Something that I could at least, put my books on so they're not piling up next to my bed, because I want somewhere to put them. So yeah, so I will come back at you here in a few. I'm just popping in for 2 seconds to let you know that I am still going to show you the rest of my bookshelf, but it's going to be a couple hours before I actually do that, because my mom is going to help me with it, because I have to move my bookshelf in the library, and all these books that are here I have to move. So yeah, so she's going to help me, but she's taking my dad home first, and all my siblings are going with her because I don't want to watch them. So so we are still going to do the rest of the bookshelf. I figured out that I'm going to do my favorite to my least favorite. I don't know if all my books are going to fit on here. Some could probably go on top as well, so I might end up doing that. So in a few hours, my mom and I will do the rest of this, and I will show you guys it, and then I'll give you a full bookshelf tour about every book I own, and yeah, so yay, I'm excited about that, so I'll see you in a few hours. Okay, I'm back, and now it's for the final part of this process. The shelf is ready. That's where I put my iPad on.
the shelf.
It's all ready. This is just a temporary shelf until I can get a better one, but I need somewhere, because my books are just stacking, and I need somewhere to put them. So I decided I'm going to do my favorite to my least favorite. So I'm going to start out with Secrets, which should be no surprise to anyone who's been following my channel for a while. I talk about it constantly. I do not talk about it constantly.
No, not at all. I don't know anything about that book.
Okay, so I don't think my books are in order anymore. Okay, luckily I know the order. At least I should know the order by now. Where's the first book? I think the first book is over here. I want it somewhere over here. What's that? This book? So yeah, that's all of them, right? Okay, so yay, finally. Yay! So that's all for this video. Please like and subscribe and comment, how you did your video. Here, let's show you a finishing touch of it.
Peace out, Granny. Peace out, Granny. Mama.
So I decided to give this a try, doing my favorite to my least favorite. And you guys can comment down how you usually organize your bookshelves, because I'm always willing to hear new ideas of how to do it. So yeah, so that's all, and I'll talk to you guys next time.